Greetings, champions of Africa. Welcome to yet another installment of the Yellow Corner. And today we preview the match, our match against Supersport United on Wednesday. Sure, Raps.
Sure, everyone.
How are you? You don't seem happy that I said champions of Africa.
I'm not feeling well, but overall I'm good.
Should I tell the people or give chat about why you're not feeling well? Okay, let's get on with our job. I will mention it at the end of the recording. Yeah, new game block, man. We're playing against Supersport United on Wednesday. Rapelang, before we dive into talking tactics and how we beat Supersport and all that, and their form and all that, is Supersport United afraid of Mamelodi Sundowns? Is this now a psychological thing, or we just can't beat Sundowns? I mean, in the last 10 league games, we've beaten them 7 times, and then they beat us once. And you go back, way back before that, they just can't beat us. What do you think is the issue?
Look, I think on paper and on the field, I think we are a better side compared to Supersport. I think the last time Supersport dominated this fixture, it was when they won the league 3 times in a row. But since then, we have been a team that is more dominating this fixture. And also, I think mentally when they come into this game, they already know that they are up against a team that is very difficult to beat. So I think it's starting to be a psychological thing where they struggle to beat Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, and I also think it's like that, man. And teams, so the best way to beat them is to get an early goal, because once you get an early goal, you demoralize them, and it's difficult for them to chin up and pick up a game. I mean, we're far better than all the teams in the PSL. We have better squads compared to all. We have a better squad compared to all the teams in the PSL. Yet other teams don't give us a run for our money now and then. But Supersport just, I don't know, I mean, they just freeze when it got about starstruck, man. And no wonder most of their players come to us. They want to be a part of into this winning team, man. I want us to talk about your homeboy, Mbule. I think there's an issue more regarding Mbule. I don't think he's happy at Supersport. I think he wants out. He hasn't started their last 3 league games. Né? He scored a beauty against TS Galaxy, a really beautiful goal, man. And it was a winning goal, a beautiful goal, like I said. But he didn't look happy. He didn't celebrate. To me, it was like, coaching Unkense Mara. Yeah, wow, like Unkense, because no so you needed me to save you or something like that. What's your take on Sipombule and his current situation at Supersport?
I think off-season, Sipombulu was one of the players who we thought he was going to join a bigger team. I think Lena as a player wanted a move to a team that is more competitive and also a team that is more bigger, that is challenging for the silverware. I think that it didn't happen. I think it affected him as a player. But after the TS Galaxy game, I had their coach saying that he's not yet match fit, and also during the preseason he picked up an injury, so they're trying to give him few minutes. But according to now, I think there's something wrong that is happening behind the scenes. And Sipombule is a very brilliant player. Look at the game against TS Galaxy. They were 1-0 down. When he came on as a sub, he changed the game, and also they managed to get the victory. So I don't understand why Basamdladisi, but maybe Supersport. So now we are just making speculations.
You see, what you're saying now, if Caetano had said that at the beginning of the season or not, we're trying to give him minutes on his legs, or we don't want to rush him into playing the 90 minutes. I would understand. But now, man, we've played. Maybe when he said that they played 8 games more leaking, so to me it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I just hope he doesn't start again on Wednesday, because I think that benefits us, because he's a joy to watch. He's a brilliant footballer, man. He's a really good football player, man. Supersport have got a really poor away from Raps. This season they've played 5 games away from home. They've only won one, they lost one, and they drew 3. Wow. So they're not good travelers, even though they won't be doing much of traveling on Wednesday. But yeah, they're not doing well. But overall, in the league, they're doing fairly well, man. I mean, they've played 11. They're currently fourth, having played 11 games. They won 3, drew 3, lost 3. They've scored 15 goals, conceded 9. So goal difference, I want 6. They currently sit on 18 points. What have you made of how they've started the season? Do you feel like Caetano is making progress? I'm not sure where Ricky season up guy. Do you look at Supersport and think, oh no, you know what? They gradually getting there. I can see the way they're going, and in the next season or 2, they might push Sundowns for the league.
I never. It is stagnant. It is stagnant. Supersports has been known for winning silverwares. They have been known for challenging for silver. But recently, when last did they play in a cup final? When last? It's been a while. So I think, look, they are not improving, and also they are not going down. And also in the league so far, I think in the first 7 games, they started very well. They were unbeaten. I think their problems started at game week 8 when they played Kaizer Chiefs, because of after then they lost 3 and they won 2. I think they are not performing the way they started the league, but I think this is a game where if they get a point or a win, I think it will motivate them going to their next fixtures. But Supersports, I don't see them improving. Supersport that I know in the Cup finals and in the Cup finals, but recently Arababone World Cup final.
Yeah, no, we're not, man. I think they are now. Remember when you said some teams just add numbers more leaking? I think they are one of those. They are happy to be in the top 8 if we win a cup. Hey, awesome! But yeah, let's do our best to be in the top 8. Let our players shine so that we can sell them to bigger teams, Sundowns, and yeah, just keep the status of your team, man. I think Caetano is not under any pressure, Molly. Stan is probably happy with where the team finds itself right now. So, yeah, I'm glad, man. I chose the better team here, Pretoria, man. Excuse me. Abs, in the last 3 games, the league that we've played, man, the one thing that I've been saying, Corey, they concede most of their goals in the last 10 minutes of the game. I was doing research for Gamia Supersport, and once again, we're playing against a team that concedes most of their goals in the last 10 minutes of the match. They concede close to 50% of their goals in the last 10 minutes. They concede 44%, which is a really high number. What do you attribute this to? Is it tiredness? Yeah, the player? Is it players switching off? What's your take on this? Because a lot of teams seemingly concede a lot of goals in the last 10 minutes.
I think it is the lack of concentration towards the later stages of the game. and also the organization. Look at the game that they played against Royal AM. They conceded 2 goals in the last 5 minutes of the game. I think they don't know how to manage their lead and protect their lead as well. And also against Marumo Gallant. Marumo Gallant scored a late win, I think, at 85 minutes. So I think they don't know how to manage the game, and they don't know how to protect their lead as well. And this is a team that is capable of scoring goals. I think in their last 5 games, they've, even though they lost some games, but they managed to score in every each game they played in the last 5 games. And also they scored 15 goals in the league. They are the third highest goal scoring team. They score goals, but I think they concede very late.
True, man. They are one team that always scores. So clearly there's an issue that needs to be looked at in terms of why is it they concede so late. I mean, the game that you spoke about, Royal AM, Luke Fleurs got a red card, I think around the 60-something minute, but they're able to defend until the last 5 minutes of the game. We haven't considered Rapelang in, is it 14 games when you include games last season, but we're playing a team that was the last one to score against us in the league. Are they going to score?
I think it will be difficult for them to score against us, but they are capable of scoring against Mamelodi Sundowns. I think they have enough quality to score a goal or 2 against us, but it is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, no, it's really gonna be difficult, man. I mean, we're simply rock solid at the back, man. How do you think they will approach this match?
Look, I think Supersport, they lose most of their match, or they lose the battle in the midfield. Their midfield is not strong enough. So I think Kaitan will try to not give us space in the midfield and have enough numbers in the midfield so that the likes of Tembazwane or other players, they become neutralized. So I think he will definitely try to compete in the midfield, and also he will try to use the speed up front. I think the speed of Divine Lungu and also Reynas. I think Divine Lungu is very good on the ball. He can take on defenders and he can bring in those crosses. And we know Supersport, it is a team that is very dangerous when they play crosses and also set pieces, because of they have that aerial strength, and also they have Gabuza, whose impact this season, he has done very well. He's got six goals. As much as he doesn't create enough goal scoring opportunities for others, but I think for a team, for Supersport, he has played very well. So I think we'll try to add a couple of numbers in the midfield to not offer us a lot of space and use the speed of Divine Lungu and Renas, and maybe Gabuza will try to stretch one of our center backs out of the positions and have the late runs from the likes of Mbule and other offensive players.
Amarata Mbule, Mbule ano Wednesday. No, I'm Kenya. I'm joking, man. Yeah, man. I think the one thing that they will do, they will first look to do, is try and keep shape. They will let us have the ball, but as long as they can see the ball, as long as we play in front of them, I think that's what they will do. They won't press us. They don't have personnel to press us. So they won't do that because they wouldn't want us to get behind them. And another thing is, I think they will look to play route one. I think they will look to play route one football, and you look to capitalize the second balls, whether it's Kima Ditlogwe or Mkwanazi at long ball. Horobla, I think they'll start with 2. Yeah, Horobla, Le Gabuza. they will look to have route one of them flicks the ball, and then the pace ya lunga lento lungu le Reiners for the second ball. So I think they will do that, but it will in a way it will take out Mokoena. It will take Mokoena out of the game because they will try and bypass middle field, and when you do that, Mokoena won't hurt us in any way. He won't be able to develop play. He won't do anything. His job will basically rest defense, being making sure when they lose the ball, he's always in a good position, but defend, which is for players I mean, it's waste when you do that. Another thing, like you mentioned, the set pieces, they are really, really dangerous. That is set pieces, and there's something that Sundowns was doing in the game at Cape Town City that they can't afford to do in this game. I'll talk about it when I talk about Sundowns. So avoid the set piece because the aerial balls, they're looking for physicality, and where is there such a word in English word as physicality? Yeah, so the plan, the reason I think they will play both of them, Gaetano, you will want to bulldoze into the center back but feel they're in a game. How about by two? But also go this about bulldozer and rough you around like Gabuza Lento. And Leformia Gabuza is really, really on form. You need to take good care of time. He's really on form. And then another thing that I think they will do, I forgot to mention when I was saying, they look to keep shape. I think they will look to pass to cut the passing lanes. They'll be happy to have us play in front of them, but the most important thing is they look to make sure we don't penetrate them in any way possible. So I think, yeah, they're gonna be. They want what's this? What's the word? They won't play a low block. I don't think they'll play a low block, but they'll be compact in a way. Let's always be close to each other, but make sure we don't allow them to play the passes through so that they break us. So that's how I think they will approach this match. Speaking of how they approach this match, let's talk about their lineup. I think when you might be going for, because you mentioned Mbule, I think in your mind you're going for 2 diamonds with him on the tip, or you're going set 4-3-3. Now I think they'll play a standard 4-4-2. I think it will be Phillips, excuse me, Phillips, who had a great debut against us last season. I can't remember. Gaston, yes. We seem to have this thing out when they play, they make their debuts, no PSL. They always have the games of their lives, man. You look at Ngezana for Chiefs. Man of the match, even scored a goal. You look at Blom. I think he was man of the match, but if not, he was one of the best players on the field. So yeah, I hope they don't unleash another one. They don't give a debut.
And I remember Kansani tweeting before the game of, it's either this boy will have a brilliant game whereby he'll be man of the match, or he'll pay the school fees. But after the game, I think he was man of the match.
So I think it will be Phillips, Ditlogwe, Mkwanazi, Le Basera. Hey, Basera you know, Basera, that 2007, 2006, he was playing for Paris United. Chiefs. He went to Europe. I'm sure he's been back with more PSL for 5 years. Story for another day. I think he'll have Don Lemokwena more middle fielding, and then Reinazi Lungo on either side, and then Roblale Gabuza up front.
Look, like I said, okay, he'd want to have enough numbers in the middle field. I think he'll play 4-3-3. Williams will definitely start. I think Hlaphu will place a right back, Flus and Tlokwe center backs, and Basera obviously is a left back.
In the middle field. So, are you now? We've just spoken about how good Philip Swazo is. Are you benching him for in Hlaphu now?
Yeah.
Okay. But you mentioned Luke Flores. Is he back from suspension? Remember,
he got the red card
against Royal AM.
It wasn't a straight red card.
Okay, but I don't know how in South Africa how they do it. It was his second red card this season. I think I could be wrong. I think it was his second red card this season, and I know in England, when that happens, they extend literally suspension. So I'm not sure about PSL, but yeah. You can go on.
Because I didn't get the APL. Don Mukwena and Sipumbula. I think you'll try to have also creativity in the pitch, and up front Gabuza, Lungu, and Reinas.
So between Gabuza, you said you said Gabuza.
On the bench.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah. I think he's definitely going this 4-4-2 or the 4-3-3 that you mentioned. Yeah. Sundowns, how do we approach this match? I think the key thing, the most important thing, man, is reduce the amount of turnovers from game to Saturday. We turned over the ball way too much Saturday. In fact, we made wrong decisions. Game was depressing, to be honest, man. Yeah. So because once you turn over the ball, Rapelang, you can't build momentum. You turn it over, they have the ball, you have to retreat and keep shape and mark again. As soon as you win it, you give it away again. Like, how can you build a momentum? Or you know what? In the next 5 minutes, we're going to go hard at them. Like, we're really going to go hard on them. You can't do anything, Wabo. So it's we really need to keep the ball and protect it like a golden egg, man. Like, don't give away the ball cheaply, man. Ntwene kibuaka yona ya set pieces. Gaming ya Cape Town City, Fasika, who was probably the tallest player in the field, was marked by Andile Jali, got his set piece. I don't understand why we were doing that. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. In that case, I expect someone between the two center backs to take care of the tallest player, and then one of them be in a zonal position where he's able to attack the ball. So when you have both of them ready for the ball, and Fasika, if they play the perfect cross, now push it a header. So you can't do that. Gabuza and Hobla, they will punish you. You can't have Jali marking Gabuza or Hobla. They will punish us. So yeah, that's another thing. I think this is the game where we play Msafafu. I think we bring back Msafafu for this game. Reason being, game ya Golden Arrows, second leg, semi-final. The center backs focused on him. The attention was on him, and he dragged them away from possession, and it left ample space for Shaluli. So we need, if we do that again, I think he will free Shaluli. If we don't play him, Balitu, they can take good care of him, the center back. So I think if we have 2 9s, I think it will work in our advantage, because he really does take a bit of into attention from Shalulile, and once you give Shalulile space, he will punish you. Ne? And I think we need to attack them direct through the middle, more zone 11, 14, and 17. Most of the goals that they concede, they come from direct. Goals they choose Chiefs, they came from direct, more zone 11, 14, and 17. Goal that they considered against TS Galaxy was played from the right back into that zone. And then the goal that they considered, I think the winner, he once scored one of the best goals, funny enough, against Masuku. The goal that they scored, again, it came from centrally. So clearly, there's an issue more, whether it's Don Lemukwena not marking properly, or the center back not communicating or sticking to their men. So I think that's what we need to do. Like I mentioned earlier, get an early goal. We're playing against a team that doesn't believe a draw is a great result against us. So once you get an early goal, mentally, Sundowns again, the game is over. So an early goal, so I mentioned earlier they will be looking to cut into the passing lanes. How do we solve this problem? I think we solve this problem by Shika Dipinyana to come fetch the ball, or even they pass it to him, he passes it back. Whoever is following him leaves the space behind. That's when we try and maybe capitalize or not. Once someone follows him, because once you move from where you are, you leave space. Whoever you are, if you are Don, if Shika moves and then you follow him, you leave space. So maybe try and use that, as well as into the third man run. Shika goes, they pass it to him, whoever follows him, where he passes it back. Once that person following Shika commits, or maybe defeat center backs are gonna commit, we played over them, hoping Oshalule will have turned the center back and running straight to goal. So I think that's how we beat King Supersport. We need to be very quick on the ball. We need to be. We mustn't hold on into the ball for way too long, because when you do that against a team that has kept a proper shape, it suits them. But once you let 1-2 passes moving around, dismantle and train, because it breaks down that defensive shape. So don't have the player taking too long on the ball, but don't keep the ball for too long. With that said, Raps, third game block, a very tough one, like Neo said. We're playing Supersport at home, Sikukune at home, Stellies away, Royal AM at home, Supersport away. In reality, we're playing 4 home games and 1 away games, because game is Supersport, Wabo. How many points do you think we're getting from this one?
I think we'll come with 13 again. I think we'll come with 13. I think Supersport will definitely beat them twice. Kukune will definitely beat them, and Rally M. I think the team that will cause trouble for us, I think it is Stellenbosch. If we are going to them, I think they can come out with a point. But if they are coming to Pretoria, I think
no,
it is 15. But if
away game,
we are definitely getting 13 points again.
That's how I think it, Linda. I think we're getting 6 points from Supersport, Kukune Leona, and Le Royal AM, and I think we'll get a draw. Stennis, they are really in good form, and yeah, Linda, I think we'll get 13 points. So 39 points out of the first 15 games, man. That's brilliant. Helps, every week there's a player that we always talk about, different player that we talk about. Let's talk a bit Thapelo Morena. Not to be honest with you, I am sick and tired of this thing of Thapelo Morena being played forward. It annoys me. It frustrates the living out of me. Thapelo Morena should be competing with Mudau. If Mudau is currently the best right back at Sundowns, put Thapelo Morena on the bench. Thapelo Morena should only play up front when we have no other option. When Serino is out, Mayema is out, Kutumela is out, like anyone who can play Mole is not available, then yes, play Thapelo Morena. Because Thapelo Morena, he offers us nothing. Thapelo prefers coming from deep. Hali Mole, tlamela na trepe bolo a bolaye o mmetsetsa mathata mfetso makela mathata mfetso. What's your take on taba ya Thapelo Morena being played at right back as part of the attack?
I think sometimes the technical team, they're trying too hard to accommodate him in the pitch. I think if you look at a few seasons back, when we had Tego, I think we were playing Central Hlompo and Mabunda. And Tego was on the bench. I think the coaches didn't accommodate him, whereby they forced him to play out of the position. I think we are trying to accommodate Morena. And also Morena, when you play him as part of front forward, that is where the action, it is more congested. And Morena can't play in a packed area of the field where I got she try to be creative and also try to protect the variable. And against Cape Town City, he lost a couple of balls. I think that is one thing that killed the momentum on Ubuakayona and where Rebellion 10 overstep by. So I think if Morena is not playing as a right back, Radabe benching once because of Pele Mole, I have been in
This is not personal attack on Thapelo, man. This is just an observation that we've made, and like you saying, accommodate. We're not accommodating Rashim the Hook. He's on the bench. He'll have to wait his turn now. So yeah, no, it's really frustrating. Thapelo, man. I mean, Thapelo got right in the mole, divine lunga. There's something that I've picked up that's beginning to worry me with regards to Mosali Busa. Mosali Busa's loss or lapses of concentration on the ball are becoming an issue for me. We considered a goal, Champions League game. He had the ball, switched off for a moment, we got punished. Against Cape Town City, same scenario. Had the ball, switched off. Mudau got a yellow card. That yellow card was because of Mosali Busa's loss of concentration. It's really worrying me now. I don't know what's going on with Mosa, Halibolo. If Majida don't open for him, play it safe, play it back to the goalkeeper, man. Because and then you can shout over it, ball. But when you have the ball and now you switch off, it's in that position, it's a worry for me. It's happened twice in a very short space of time. It's a worry for me because I wouldn't want this to happen in a very crucial match at a very crucial stage of the match. So I really hope Monsam works on that, man. If under pressure, which is something he's good at. When he's under pressure, he kicks it out. We come back, we defend. But when he has the ball, he dilly-dallies, man. Played back to Onyango, man. Played back to Onyango, and then but yeah, really hope he works on that, man. Your lineup?
I'm having Onyango, Mudau Redberg, Grant Kekana, and Moselo Busa. And I'm starting Obrimu Dibesa left back, Andile Jali and Domingo, front four, Zwane, Mayema, Shalulile and Safranco. So I'm basically going for 4-2-2-2.
We have the same lineup except for Tawa left back. I doubt Aubry didn't even make the match day squad, did he? Kasatari. And I think the previous game he didn't. He might have traveled with the team, but he was not even on the bench, I think. So now I want to see Lyle back. So I'll start the same lineup and but have Lyle back for this one. Prediction?
I think we are going to win 3-1. I think this is a game where we will concede based on how Supersport had been performing in their previous games and also the amount of goals that they have scored. I think we'll definitely score 3. Sheshe is the highest goal scorer in this fixture, so you'll get a goal. Shalule will get 1, and also Safranco as well.
And I think we will win. I think we'll concede, even though I said we will concede 2 the other day and we didn't. So I think we will concede. I think we will win 2-1. I think, no, I didn't know that Mshishi is the highest goal scorer. But as you said that, the goals of Mshishi in this game, they started coming back. And I thought of that goal. I think it was the first game of the season at Treshville. Mwana Bolaya didn't firm anything, and then he scored. So Shika will score as well as the top goal scorer league. So I'm going for 2-1, and I think Gabuza will definitely bop her. So man. These games, there are a lot of games coming up in a short space of time, man, and you guys will be seeing a lot of us. You'll see us again on Friday when we preview our first ever game against a newly promoted Skukune United. Before I go, question to everyone, and please comment. Don't forget to like and comment and tell everyone to subscribe. How many points do you guys think we will get from this game block? We're playing Supersports at home, Skukune at home, Stellies away, Royal AM away, at home, as well as Supersports away, but that's basically a home game. So on the comments, please comment how many points do you think we will collect from this game block. And you guys, I always say we will see you guys instead of saying you guys will see us on Friday for that preview. Good luck to the boys on Wednesday. Cheers. Sharp, Ndosh.
Sure, everyone.